You see, a vision gives you permission to enjoy the direction you're going. The vision gives you permission to enjoy. Before we get to today's show, what if I can show you how to start making six figures right now? Within the next 9 months, you can change your whole life. You can especially change the next 9 years. You know what? I'm so excited. I'm so grateful because I just recently partnered with Bethel Tech, an online Christian boot camp that is helping people get qualified in the tech field. Now, why is this so important? Let me tell you why. Because the median age for American people was $35,000 in the year 2020. That's almost $2,900 a month, and that is not okay. And so listen, close to 100 people within our tribe has signed up for Bethel Tech. They are learning stuff in the cybersecurity field. They are getting qualified. And the average person, when they finish this program, is making $65,000 a year. And within 1 year, a lot of them are making close to six figures and more. Just recently, someone from our tribe went through the program. Watch this. Went through the program, and her first job offer was $125,000. Listen. Change the next 9 years of your life. Shift this out. Get into this program so you can get out of debt and start building wealth now. And if you click the link in the show description of today's show, they're going to give you a $1,500 scholarship. And I'm going to give you a little secret. They may even give you an extra $1,000 if you call them, explain to them your situation, where you are in life. You may even get $2,500. But for sure, they're going to give you $1,500 just for being part of my family. Check out the link in the show description, and let's get to today's show. It's your boy.
What's happening? No captain. We with AO, about to get a plate bowl, pull up to the table.
Nearly 80% of the people in America today are living paycheck to paycheck. This means that the majority of the people in America are waking up Monday through Friday, putting in hard labor, leaving their families, going to work for another person to get their paycheck, to give the fruit of their labor to another family so that other family can build wealth, then come back home to their families and to have nothing there. One of the top questions I am always asked, Anthony, how do I build a credit score? And you know what? I answered that question on the last episode, and I want you to go ahead and go check out that episode. The next question I am always asked, which I love, and I wish this was the number one question I was asked, was, Anthony, how do I pay off and continue to pay off my debt? How do I keep that motivation there? What are some things I should avoid while paying off debt? And today, we're going to talk about that. And I'm extremely excited about that because, hey, aren't you tired of living check to check? Aren't you tired of drowning in debt? And so many of you all start off, I'm excited, I'm gonna pay off the debt. Then when you start the journey, you don't complete it. Life hits you and you take a shift and you get off of the plan. You meet someone and you get distracted and you get off of the plan. Excuses start happening and you get off of the plan. But today I'm going to give you the mistakes that you have to avoid this year to stay on the plan. But before we get into these costly mistakes that I really want you to avoid while paying off debt, while shifting your financial situation, I want to remind you that I have a free masterclass happening March 1st and March 3rd, okay? March 1st and March 3rd. I only have 2,000 slots available. That's it. Only 2,000 slots available. And all you got to do is go to anthonyoneal.com/maximize. This free masterclass, we're talking about how to go from excuses to evolution and how to maximize the year 2022. Listen, we're 3 months into the year 2022. What goals did you set and you've already stopped? What was your vision going into this year and you're already off track a little bit? Or are you getting a little discouraged because you're not really seeing momentum? Listen, I'm going to walk you through the path on how to go from excuses to evolution, how to go from a dream to actually reality, and how do we really maximize this year of 2022. Now listen, only got 2,000 spots, so you better hit that button below. You better click the link and register because it's 100% free. And I have my good friend, Jamal and Natasha Miller, who are going to come with us and join us as well and really teach us single people. How do we really maximize this single season to prepare ourselves for our future spouse? It's going to be amazing. I'm telling you this right now. All right. Only 2,000 spots. You better join me because I'm telling you right now, it's going to be absolutely amazing. So let's go ahead and get straight into it on what is the very first thing that you have to avoid. What are the costly mistakes that you have to avoid when it comes to getting out of debt, when it comes to paying off the debt? Here's number one, all right? Trying to pay off debt without your why. Woo! Let me say that again. Trying to pay off your debt without your why. I'm going to write this down because I really want y'all to understand this, okay? Number one is paying off debt without a why. Your why is the most important thing. Your why is the foundation of how you're going to get it. Your why is the thing that's going to fuel you when it comes to paying off debt. You know, everyone asked me, Anthony, what was your motivation when it came to paying off your debt? What kept you going when you felt like giving up? What keeps you going, Anthony, now that you're debt free, from going back to racking up debt? Let me tell you why, man. And those of you all who have been following my journey should already know this by now. But those of you who are new to the family, welcome to the family. But here's my why. Is that I want to be the best husband first. I want to be the best father next. And I want to be the best contributor to the community following that. Well, Anthony, that's your why? Absolutely. You see, I grew up with 4 loving parents, and I watched my parents not have a wedding when they got married. I watched my mom have to work 3 jobs. I remember having to put tape on the bottom of my shoes from Payless because we didn't have the finances to buy new shoes every school year or every quarter. You know, we didn't have enough money for that. I remember eating French toast and having to get creative when it comes to meals, when it came to dinner time, because we just didn't have the finances. We never went to Disney World, Disneyland. We didn't have no spring break family vacations going out to Hawaii or going out of the country or going to the beach. We didn't take family vacations like that. We didn't travel across the world and go experience new things. I watched my mom and dad sometimes struggle and have, not bad arguments around money, but I watched them get frustrated with each other because they didn't have the finances to do the things that they really want to do for their family. I remember me and my siblings. I have 2 younger siblings, Yvette and John Gibbs, and all of us had to sleep in the room for a season because you know why? We didn't have the funds to get a bigger house. What's my why? I want to make sure that as a man, that I can give my wife, that I can give my kids things that I didn't have. I want to make sure that my kids can have shoes that they want, not shoes that they need. I want to make sure that when I propose to my wife, I can pay cash for her ring. I can give her the wedding of her dreams within my budget. I want to make sure that I can say, babe, here's the house that you want. Here's the house that we can have for our kids, and all of our kids can have their own room. I want to be able to take my kids to Israel and walk the land where Jesus Christ walked. I want to make sure that me and my wife can go on vacations once a quarter. We can get out of the country and go experience everything. I am chasing experiences for my family. And debt will prevent me from being able to do that. What is debt preventing you from doing? When I think about my why, when I think about the first day that I'm going to walk on to Disney World, I'm going to be a little kid with my kids because I've never been. When I do the Disney cruise with my kids, I'm going to be happy. Why? Because I've never been. If your why doesn't make you cry, then the price of commitment, the price of what it will take for you to get out of debt will make you cry. So the very first mistake you have to avoid is not having a why. You need to develop a why. cut off your cell phone. Tell your girlfriend, tell your boyfriend, yo, leave me alone for the next hour or two and get inside a private closet. And I want you to get down and say, God, get with me. What is my why? And keep asking yourself, your why shouldn't be, I want a big house. Why do you want a big house? Your why shouldn't be, I want this kind of car. Why do you want that kind of car? Your why should not be material things. Your why should be deep down to your soul. Why has to be deep down to your soul. Before you get into anything, before you jump on this journey, this year, if you want to get out of debt and you're struggling to maximize this year and to get out of debt, get a freaking why. Get a why. I'm going to say it again. You cannot afford to move forward this year without a why. You can't do it. Can't do it. Can't do it. You cannot do it. I'm going to say it again. You cannot do it. Get a why. Here's number 2. When it comes to getting out of debt this year, because we're getting out of debt this year. Some of you may not be able to pay off all of your debt this year, but daggone it, we're going to make a huge dent in it this year, okay? Here's number 2, is getting out of debt without seeking outside help, all right? So getting out of debt without help. What do I mean by help? Me. What do I mean by help? Me. You need mentors in your life who are thinking like you. You need people in your life who are really, really focused and really going to push you there. You need to be locked in every single week with me. Every Monday and every Wednesday until you get out of debt, you need to be locked in on this show. You need to be having accountability partners with you, and you need to say, you know what? Hey, here's my why. Here's how much debt I have. And when you see that I'm slipping, when you see that I am not sticking to the plan to get out of debt, you gotta hold me accountable. You cannot be around people who are saying, oh, don't worry about it. I know you're on your debt-free journey, but, don't trip. You know what I'm saying? You're going to be all right. You know what I'm saying? Don't worry about it. It's just $100. It's just an event. Don't worry about it. It's just some shoes, just some red bottoms. Don't worry about it. Hey, bro, it's just a girl and she look good. She got a little fatty. Don't worry about it. Go spend some money on it. No. You need to get around people who are going to help you, who are going to push you closer to getting out of debt. You need to get around people who are going to hold you accountable. Watch this. Ooh, boy, I'm feeling it. Boy, I love myself. Boy, I love this show. Because I'll be like, y'all be ready to preach to y'all. You need to get around a network of people who have the same mindset as you. You need to get around people who are dreaming, who are seeing things, who has a vision just like yours. Woo! If you are single, I'm creating this singles community, which I'm so excited about. And I released a course, right? And it's called the Singles Blueprint. All you gotta do is click the link in the show links, because again, we're only opening that up to 2,000 people too. It's called the Singles Blueprint, to where I can teach you all this money stuff, but I'm creating a community of single people who really want to maximize their single season. And inside of this community, we're walking through the 8 pillars on how to maximize your single season. And we're talking about vision. We're talking about life. We're talking about health. We're talking about how do we need to think so we can maximize this season. If you're single and you really want to get around people who are thinking like you, who have the same mindset, who's developing the same mindset, you need to check out my course and come join this community. It's called AnthonyONeal.com, or go to AnthonyONeal.com/blueprint. We'll drop that in the show description as well. I'm only opening up to 2,000 single people. Listen, I have some amazing things lined up for that. This is not just a course, but we're building a community. At the end of this year, we're actually going to all gather. I haven't released the location yet, but for one weekend, man, we're going to go somewhere, go to a beach, and we're going to have a singles retreat to where we're talking about maximizing. We're not talking about how to go get the bag. No, we're talking about, internally, how are we growing? How are we developing? Because you see, when we can lay down a solid foundation, when we can start thinking right, when we can really shift our mindset, man, building wealth is easy. Paying off debt is easy. Starting a business is easy. But why is it so hard for you to pay off your debt? Why are you struggling? It's because you do not have the right people around you to help you. You don't have the right people around you to push you. So I'm creating that circle. I'm creating this community really for single people, because married people got all these great people around. You know what I'm saying? Teenagers got all these great people. But what about us single people? What about us single people? You want to get out of debt and you're single? You need to get a part of this community. I'm only allowing 2,000 people. You're going to have my cell phone number. You're going to have my direct email address. And for this year of 2022, listen here, we are going to really focus on shifting our mindset, building healthy relationships, how to build a solid network, and watch this, how to build a solid vision. Because if you're going to get out of debt this year, if you're really going to maximize this season, you got to get out of debt. And you got to surround yourself. You can't afford to not have the right people around you to push you there. Okay? To push you there. Here's number 3. Not having a solid plan, a solid system. I'm gonna put it like that. Yeah, I like that system. Okay? We got to have a solid, let me do that again. We got to have a solid system. Okay. Now listen, when it comes to having a solid system, the best system when it comes to getting out of debt, the best, and let me say this up front, there are a lot of plans out there. There are a lot of systems out there, a lot of strategies out there when it comes to getting out of debt. I'm gonna be honest with you. But the best one that I rock with, listen, I don't make no money off of this. These are my people. These are my friends, but I only push what I know what has impacted me. When it comes to getting out of debt, it's Financial Peace University. And you can find Financial Peace University inside of my friend's Ramsey Plus program. I think it's like $100 and something bucks for a whole year. And I'll make sure to drop their information in the show description below, because I'm telling you right now, if you're getting out of debt, you need a proven system that works. All right. So Dave has 7 steps that are solid. Okay. And the first 3, I would say, are the most crucial one when it comes to getting out of debt. Number 1, you got to have $1,000 emergency fund. I think it's nearly 52% of America people, 52% of American people do not have $1,000 cash inside of their savings account. So the moment you put $1,000 cash inside of your savings account, you're ahead of 52% of people in America. Whew. Wow. Then number 2 is you get out of debt using the Debt Snowball. And inside of this plan, Dave and his amazing team literally roll out how to actually pay off your debt and use the Debt Snowball. I'm gonna be real with you. I'm not a fan of the debt avalanche way. The Debt Snowball way is simple. You line up all your debt from smallest to largest, and you make all your minimum payments on them, okay? As a matter of fact, see, they put me back on the screen. Let me show them what the Debt Snowball is. So let's say, for an example, let's say this is your debt, right? Let's say you have a $500 credit card here. That's 500, right? And then let's say over here you have, let's say this is a $1,000 credit card. Then let's say over here, this is a car note. Let's say this is, 15K for a car, right? Then let's say over here, you have, student loans, and that's at, let's say 50K, all right? The Debt Snowball is you just make all your minimum payments. And then let's say if you're making, a good solid extra money, you're gonna put all of it on the first one first, okay? All of it over here first, while you're still making your minimum payments, okay? Then when you get done with this one, this first one, okay, you go over here next, okay, boom, and you go over here next, boom, go over here next. This is a little brief, quick example of the debt snowball method. The debt avalanche is the opposite way, which I absolutely hate. The avalanche is you pay your highest interest first down to your lowest. No. And I highly recommend that if you really want a proven system that works, to check out Financial Peace University. I'm actually gonna do a whole show on the debt snowball method. The debt snowball is not Dave Ramsey's. It's been around for a while, but he's done such a great job at packaging how to really get out of debt, which there's no point of me trying to compete or to make up something new, because his program worked for me before I even joined his team a few years ago. And now that I'm out on my own, I still believe he has the best system when it comes to getting out of debt. And the baby step number 3 of what he teaches is get a fully funded emergency fund. And so there's so many more things, but it's 4 of the steps that are just solid. And I highly recommend that you cannot afford to go through this journey without a plan. You cannot afford to go through this journey without a proven system that has worked for not just thousands, but for millions of people, including myself. All right. And so I'm going to drop their information in the show description below because I'm telling you right now, it is absolutely amazing when it comes to getting out of debt. You can't afford it. You cannot afford to go on this journey and to listen to the world. Oh my gosh, it's okay. It's okay to just have a little bit of debt. I was with someone before, and I was on her show, and she said, "Well, student loans is cool. Student loans are cool. I mean, I'm cool with that." Say what? You say what? I get it. I get education. Don't get me wrong. I get education. Well, it is cool to have a car note. I said, what? Say it again. It's cool. Here's why I go back to number 2, right? You can't afford to go through this journey without the right network around you, without proper help. Because you don't want to get around people who are saying, hey, don't worry about a system. Don't worry about a plan, because you know what? Hey, listen, it's okay. No, it's not okay. It is not okay for you to die and to leave your children with nothing. It is not okay for you to die and leave your spouse in a financial burden. It is not okay to go throughout life working Monday through Friday and giving everyone else, your fruit of your labor so that they can enjoy their family, so they can build all of their wealth, so they can go out there and have 2, 3, 4, 5 homes, so they can go out there and have 2, 3, 4, 5 cars, and they can build their wealth for their family for you to come back for this. No. It's not okay for that. You need a system that's going to teach you how to lay down the foundation. You need a system that is going to make sure that you get to where you want to go. You need a system. And if you are feeling discouraged, and if you're saying, Anthony, I need more help. I really want to make sure that I do this. I need you to sign up for my free masterclass. Because we're going to walk through on how to stay encouraged while you're going through this system, while you have, the best plan in place that's going to help you get out of debt. You still need encouragement. You still need to make sure that you're focused on evolution, not your excuses. And on March 1st and March 3rd, we're talking about it, and it's 100% free. So you need to make sure that you register for that. I only got 2,000 spots. Don't forget, click the link in the show links, because I'm telling you right now, it's going to be amazing. Here's number 4. You cannot afford, you cannot afford to not develop a vision for your money, You can't. You can't afford, if you're going to be getting out of debt this year, if you're really going to maximize this season, right? You can't afford to just walk around life just doing things freely. You can't afford to walk around life and just sit around and say, well, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. No, you need to put the plan on paper. What does the Bible say? Write the vision, make it plain. Write the vision, make it plain. You need to spend some time and write down the vision. AKA, you need to have a budget. You need to have a clear budget. And watch this. When it comes to a budget, a lot of people don't really like the word budget, right? And I'm cool with it. I'm cool with that. And I understand that, right? So now what I'm saying is you gotta have a vision for your money. You gotta have a vision for your money and a vision for your life. Ooh, that's so good. You gotta have a vision for your life, vision for your money. And when I say people have a vision for your life, people really don't. They're like, yo, Anthony, what do you mean a vision for your life? How do I write a vision for my life? That's so good. You know, I get asked this question a lot. I get asked this question a whole lot. And trust me, listen, I need to get Celsius to sponsor this this show. Because me and my producer, CJ, boy, we be killing these when it's time to record. But you see, a vision, where there is no vision, that's where people perish. Where there is no vision for your money, that's why your money is perishing. Where there is no vision, if you aim at nothing, you're going to hit that every single time. But if you do put a vision in place for where you want to go in life, where you want to go with your family, where you want to go in your career field, where you want to go with your money, where you want to go with your children, where you want to go personally, how do you want to grow? How do you want to develop? When you put that vision into place for your life first, everything else just seems to fall into place. You see, you can't afford to go throughout this year, 2022. You can't afford to be going through this journey of paying off your debt without a clear vision first for your life, because that's the foundation. You see, your vision causes alignment in most areas, in all areas of your life. You see, your vision will sit here and allow you, if she comes into your life, if he comes into your life, from a dating perspective, your vision says that person aligns. Cool, let's try this out. Oh, wait. That person doesn't align with you. Let's not try this out. Doesn't mean it's a bad person. They just don't align with where we're going. So let's not do that. Let's respect them and move forward. This vision will sit here and teach you like, hey, listen, maybe this career field is where I should go. Maybe this is the job I should apply for. Oh no, this ain't the job I should apply for because I don't align with their vision and their vision doesn't align with my vision. So let me go straight. You see, your vision helps you make the right decisions and helps you avoid the wrong decisions. And you can't afford to go through this year without the proper alignments in your life. And I know you're probably sitting here thinking like, yo, how do I write a vision? Yo, that's good. I'm with you and I got you. Listen, listen, this is the year and I got you. And I know I'm talking a lot to single people because I really have a heart for single people. I really do believe that we tend to chase the bag and chase the ring rather than chase ourselves, rather than build ourselves during this season. And so inside of my singles community, my course, which is very, very, very affordable. It's like $400, right? It's like, listen, I'm teaching you. I literally am walking you through step by step on how to write a vision for your life. And I'm giving you like a 4-page, I think it's 5 pages. It's a 5-page document you're gonna answer these questions. You're gonna do some praying. You're gonna do some meditating. And then by the end of that, you're literally gonna have a clear vision for your life. It has nothing to do with your money, for your life, all right? Because the foundation of having a vision for your money starts with the vision of your life. And if you can get that vision of your life and you have a solid why, nothing will stop you from getting out of debt. Nothing will stop you from getting out of debt because now you're building the correct foundation, a vision for your life. You want to learn how to write a vision for your life? Yo, come join me in the Singles Blueprint where I'm teaching you that. And again, that information is in the show notes. I'm very passionate this year about really helping single people really steward their single season together. Not together, but steward their single season better. Because if we can steward this season better, man, I wish someone taught me before leaving high school. There's 2 courses that I wish people would have taught me or the school system would have taught me my senior year or my junior year. Number 1 is financial literacy. Like, what are the basic steps to finances? How do I budget? What's the difference between a credit card and a debit card? What's the basics around money? And then number two is, how do I steward? How do I maximize the season of not having any kids, not having another life? What are the right things I need to be doing to honestly win? And I came up with that course. This course is the foundation to where everything that you want to do, single people. I've been blessed to travel around the world, man. And I'm telling you, man, I've experienced some great things from being on major stages of being on major accomplishments. Just recently, just 2 weeks ago, Success Magazine said I'm the top 125 people in America that you should follow, because here's why. I have a system and I've been able to I am maximizing my single season. I desire marriage. I'm not a marriage expert, but God knows when I do get married, man, I'm coming to the table with less baggage and a lot to offer. And I want to help you do the same thing. So click the links in the show notes. But when it comes to really having a vision and really not developing a vision for your plan, listen, man, you got to have a budget. Here's the best tool when it comes to having a vision for your money, and that's called Every Dollar. And you'll get that also inside of the Ramsey Plus plan, which is also going to host your Financial Peace University. I use Every Dollar. Now, you can go out there and use any other tool that you may like when it comes to budgeting. I don't care if you want, like my father, he uses Excel. He's old school. He actually likes to write it down. I'm cool with that. There's some other apps out there that you could possibly use. I don't care how you do a vision, AKA a budget for your money. The key thing is get on a budget, get on a vision for your money. And when you set that vision for your money, do not, hear me clearly, do not change that for anyone unless that's something that you need to change. You see, a vision gives you permission to enjoy the direction you're going. The vision gives you permission to enjoy you purchasing that bag when you're out of debt. The vision gives you permission to enjoy purchasing that car. The vision gives you permission to enjoy what you're spending your money on, because you wrote the vision. So as you're getting out of debt, man, the vision, you see you getting closer to that debt-free journey, that debt-free experience, because now you see it on paper. Now you're seeing your life is matching the vision for your money, and you're getting excited because I'm getting one step closer to buying that house. I'm getting one step closer to buying that gym car. I'm getting one step closer to buying that Chanel purse. I'm getting one step closer to buying this. I'm getting excited because I see it in writing. I see me paying down my debt. I see it. And when you see it, you get excited. You cannot afford to move forward this year without maximizing this year without a vision. You have to have a vision. You have to. Here's number 5. Okay. You have to have a separate savings account. Okay. You got to have a separate savings account. If you don't have a separate savings account, all right. And let me roll this down. Let me roll this down. Let me go up a little more. All right. So here's what you want to have for you. If you're single, here's what you want to have. You want to have a checking account. Whoa. Let me spell that right. You want to have a checking, okay? And this is going to be your main. Then you want to have an savings, okay? This is for emergencies, okay? And I use Prize Pool, okay? Prize Pool is the best place to park your savings account, all right? Best place to park your savings account. All right. So while you're getting out of debt, you need 2 main accounts. That's going to be your checking if you're single, and a savings account if as well. Now, when it comes to married couples, okay, here's what you need to have. Number 1, you need to have the main checking. This is the main, okay? And then 2, you need to have your main savings. This is going to be for your emergencies. All right. And again, use Prize Pool. Okay. Then from there, this is what you want to have. You want to have two other checkings. Okay. How am I gonna write this down? Yeah. So you want to have a checking. I'm gonna play this. A him checking. And then a her checking. All up underneath the same accounts, right? All up underneath the same accounts. And this is y'all spending money. Right? And then, all right, here's your other one. Okay. This is going to be another savings for big purchases. All right. And I'm all over the place. I'm just jotting down notes. Okay. So you pretty much have four main things. You're going to have one checking account. That's where you spend all the money at. You all don't touch that account because that's where you're going to that's where you're going to be paying your bills out of. Then your second account is going to be your savings account. This is going to be for when your savings account for your emergency fund, where you park your 6 months emergency fund. Then each one of you all can have like your own little checking account that's still up underneath the same bank account, right? The same bank that you're at, to where this is my money, babe. We allotted this amount so I can go out here and spend this. Babe, here's your money in your account. You can spend whatever you want to do out of this account. We don't touch that checking account without communicating with each other. Once we have the vision for our money, all right, babe, you can spend an extra $1,000 a month. You can spend $500 a month. Okay, I can spend an extra $200 a month because we all know brothers spend less than the ladies. You know, it's like, boom, okay, cool, great. Then we have another savings account, which this could be either a savings or a checking. Doesn't really matter. But this extra savings account is not our emergency fund. Let's say you're saving up for a house. Let's say you're saving up for a trip. Let's say you're saving up for a car. You're saving up for a big purchase, a mini purchase, whatever that is. You put this money into that account. So that's your way of saving. So that way you don't have to worry about that being your main checking account. All right. So that's how you really break down. If you're single, you have the checking and savings while you are getting out of debt. All right. Then now, if you're single and you want to add the extra savings account as well, you can, for saving a big purchase or a small purchase. But the key thing is you want to have a savings account when it gets out of debt. And inside of that savings, while you're getting out of debt, you want to have at least $1,000 in there. Now, listen, I know that today's time is $1,000 doesn't really buy much. If you want to up that to about $2,000, $2,500, I'm cool with that. And here's why. Because I get it. I would love for you to have at least your rent, your mortgage, your rent payment, mortgage payment, and like your really main necessities. So that way, if life does happen, especially during this pandemic situation, you at least have 1 month to figure things out. So if you want to up that a little bit, cool beans. Okay, cool beans. But again, one of the things that I've learned from my friend and Dave, it's like your initial savings account is not made to be comfortable. It's made to actually push you to get out of debt quicker. So no, you don't need to have $5,000, $10,000 in an account. No, put all that extra money towards paying off your debt. But listen, if you want to up it to a $2,000, $2,500 while you're getting out of debt, I'm totally cool with it. All right. Here's number 6, man. And I really want to spend some time here. Is not fixing. Okay. Not fixing. Okay. Let me write this down because I'm in teaching mode. Okay. Not fixing let me write this down correctly because John, I'm about to tell me Anthony doesn't know how to spell. Your mindset. And I want to spend some time here. The caliber of your future will be determined by the choices that you make today. A lot of people feel as if they want to get out of debt and if they want to build wealth, they need to go make more money. They need to go stack up all this bread. When really, and this is why I developed my course called The Singles Blueprint, 8 Pillars to Maximizing Your Single Season, right? It's because what I've learned is people start this journey and they get on this journey and they struggle with this journey, but they didn't really take the very first step. And the very first step has nothing to do with the actual money principles. It has everything to do with the mindset principles. And if you're going to really change, your life financially, before you do anything financially, you need to change your mindset. You need to change how you look at life completely. You need to really develop a system for yourself, a system that has nothing to do with money, but watch this, but has everything to do with money. A system that has nothing to do with finding a man or finding a woman, but it has everything to do with finding a man or a woman. What's the point of building the roof on this house if you didn't build a solid foundation? What's the point of putting wheels on a car and the frame is not solid? What is the point of racking up all this money, getting this bag, but you mentally cannot handle it? I remember the first time I made $100,000, man. And I share this story regretfully. I share this story and it frustrates me. I'll never forget. I was selling cars and I was, y'all can tell I love to talk. And so talking to people and convincing people to buy cars was easy, right? I could sell a Honda Accord with a bad engine in it and have you thinking this is a brand new Honda. I remember the first year I sold cars, I made $120,000. This next year I made $140,000. And year three, unfortunately that car business went out. And I never forget, we were in there selling the cars and the people came and they took all the keys from us in the middle of the day. And all of us are sitting like, yo, what's happening? What's going on? Like in the middle of the day, we show up to work, we're selling cars. By lunchtime, all the keys had been seized. Because at that time, the particular owner of that particular dealership wasn't doing things right. And unfortunately, we all lost our job. I went home and I went to my savings account, I went to my checking account, and to that, I had to the T, $1,200 in my account. $1,200 in my account. I'm living in Fayetteville, North Carolina. My rent was only like $750. But I would get my check, and I'll be honest with you all, man, I'm just being transparent. You know, I was paying off my debt, but then when I was paying off my debt, right, I was spending money on ladies. I was spending money on friends. I was spending money. Can I just be real with you all? This is my show. I'm gonna be real. This is a real, relevant, and relatable show. I'm just gonna be real, okay? I'm gonna be real. I would take that money and go to the strip club. And I remember one time I went to the strip club and I dropped like $2,000 in one night. Foolish, just straight foolish. I remember one time, me and my boys, we all went out to Las Vegas and we just dumped so much money. And I remember going home and I called my dad. My dad said, son, how are you making $10,000, $12,000 a month and you don't have any money? Son, you about to file for unemployment? And at the time, unemployment was like $525 a week. I went from making $12,000 a month to $2,000 a month. And my dad said something to me that was so real, it just stuck with me. He was like, son, you don't have a money problem. You have a mindset problem. Because you were making the money, but you didn't build a solid foundation. And my dad's like, I'm sorry. I don't know where I went wrong. I was single and no one really told me, here are the things you need to focus on being while you're single. I was just told, yo, get the money, get the bag, and impress the ladies, and you'll be all right. Blend in with culture. But no one told me to chase God. No one told me, to really, really focus on you and build you. No one told me to go seek therapy so you can see why you think the way you think. No one told me, hey, build the right network around you. Get around some solid people who would stretch you, who would encourage you. No one told me the things that I needed to work on to maximize my single season. Everyone was just get her and get the bag. Before you could do anything with money, you got to shift your mindset. And not just a mindset around money. It's your mindset around life. When is the last time you saw a therapist? When is the last time you sat down with someone and said, hey, this experience that I experienced, can you help me walk through that? When is the last time you actually been in a healthy relationship? Ooh, I'm about to go deeper. I'm just going to hold it. It's my show. It's all good. The reason why some of us are not in a happy and healthy relationship is not because of them. It's because of us. It's because we haven't spent the time to sit down and to really, one, focus on us, and then two, get help, get wisdom from someone else to help us understand, to really think about some of the things I have experienced. You know, I have 4 living parents, and I won't go too deep into this because I want to be respectful to my family. But I identified after going to therapy why I wasn't in a relationship, because of some things that I experienced at a younger age. Nothing wrong, nothing physically from my parents. My parents are great parents. But there are some things that I needed to talk through, that I saw, that I experienced at a young age, that made me think things differently. And so when I really walked through that process with a therapist, man, I started seeing things clearer. So now when I go into a relationship, I'm not blaming that person, I'm blaming me, and I know what I need to be working on. Now that I'm able to make the money that I'm able to make, now I understand, okay, Anthony, if you think like this will help you to avoid making bad money decisions with your money. But I had to really get help. And one, I had to really focus on things during my single season. Then two, I talk about this inside of my course called The Core. I had to build my core. Not just your mind, but I had to go down deep into me and focus on, okay, how do I build the core? The core is what we all stand on. The core is what keeps this body from really breaking down when we're working out, when we're running, when we're going through a lot physically, because the core is the foundation. So I had to really focus on my core. And some of you all are not focusing, and you don't even know who you are at your core. So 2 things. If you really want to get there, and if you're single and you're watching this, number 1, you need to join my course, because I even go deeper and I'll walk you through a process on how to really get to your core, how to really understand who you are at your core. Number 2, you need to rock with BetterHelp. BetterHelp has partnered with me to really help people get into therapy at an affordable cost. You get 10% off just by clicking my link. Go to anthonyoneal.com/BetterHelp. Listen, this year, I'm bringing you resources and tools that's going to help you avoid making mistakes this year. That's going to help you maximize this year, 2022. You need to rock with BetterHelp, and you need to get inside of my course, because I got so much more we're going to really dive into to help shift this mindset, period. And we're talking about things that has nothing to do with money, nothing to do with getting out of debt, but it has everything to do with getting out of debt, getting money, building wealth, starting a business, because it starts on the inside. So come join a community of people, And we're all going to hold each other's hand, and we're going to walk through this process together. I'm feeling good right now. I got a couple more, and then I'm gonna let y'all go. I got a couple more, then I'm gonna let you all go. All right. Here's number 7. Okay. So not just fixing, your mindset. Okay. Not fixing your money habits. Okay. This is important. Your money habits. What habits do you have in place right now that is preventing you from getting out of debt? Stop going to Starbucks. Stop it. Okay? Stop it. You give it Starbucks. I get it's only $5 a day. Okay, $5 a day every single day. That adds up. Stop it. Oh, Anthony, it's just $1.99 app so I can look good when I post on Instagram. Stop it. What unhealthy money habits are preventing you from getting out of debt quicker? Okay? We got to change these things, you guys. Your poor spending habits got you into debt. Your poor spending money habits are the reasons why you're in debt. So now you got to shift it. You got to shift it. You got to shift it. My bad habits? Oh man, I'll be honest with you, ladies. And I'm not knocking ladies, but I know me. So I had to be like, you know what? Let me stop that. Let me stop that. You know, let me stop that. You know, let me stop it. Let me stop it. Okay? Let me stop it. Here's number 8. Not being a giver. If you want to get out of debt this year, there is a spiritual component to this method that I think is very, very important. And I think it's very important to address it. Some of you all may not be Christians who are watching this, and that's fine. I respect that. But I think generosity, tithing is very, very important. One of my core beliefs is I'm going to pray like it ought to believes on God. I'm going to pray hard. I'm going to put my vision before God for my life. I'm going to put my vision before God when it comes to my vision for my money. I'm going to put, my friends before God. I'm going to give everything to God and say, God, touch the vision for my life. Touch the vision for my money. God, touch my friends. Touch the network that is around me, God. God, if you want to cancel my student loan debt, cancel it, God. God, if you want to bring me wealth, God, bring me wealth, God. God, you just intercede. God, if you want to do what you want to do, God, you do it. I'm praying like it all depends on God. But it doesn't stop there. I'm working and I'm giving like it all depends on me. And you see, when it comes to me, I believe that tithing shows and proves God that he can trust me. That he can trust me with more. Some of you all are saying, God, I just want a miracle. God, I just want you to give me this. God, give me that. God, give me this. But God is saying, I'm giving you $50,000 a year. I'm giving you $40,000 a year. Some of y'all watching right now making 6 figures. But when's the last time you gave God 10%? When's the last time you've been generous and you just gave someone something? When is that? And so now what I do is I give God his 10%. My pastor, Pastor Stephen Chandler, over at Union Church here in the beautiful city of DMV. If you're in this area and you're looking for a great church home, come join Union Church. It is absolutely an amazing church, a young, thriving church. And he said something to me the other day because I was talking to him about tithing. I said, man, I've been blessed to really make this new kind of money that I'm making. I said, bro, but how do I know how to tithe, right with this money over here on the business side and what I'm making on the personal side? And he said, man, my father said something. He said, man, never give God minimum. Never give God the bare minimum because God doesn't give you his bare minimum. I said, ooh. You give God what you want and where you want to go. Woo! And I want to encourage you, start off tithing with the 10%. But if you want to be a millionaire, if you want that pay raise, activate the spiritual realm. Watch this by saying, you know what, God, I'm gonna give you 12% this month. God, I'm gonna give you 11% this month. God, I'm gonna give you 15% this month. I'm gonna give you 10% in tithe, 5% in offering. I'm gonna give you 10% in tithe, and then 10% in offering. God, I'm gonna give you 10% in tithe and 1% in offering. I want you to activate God while you're getting out of debt. Now, I don't want you to give him 10% and 10% while you're getting out of debt. I want you to focus on the 10%. But you know what? God, I need you to do miracles. I know you can do miracle signs and wonders. I'm going to give you an extra 2% in offering, God. And whatever you want to do, God, you do it. God, if you want to increase my income so I can pay off debt quicker, God, you do it. God, if you just want to wake up one day and just bless me and pay off one of my student loans or pay off one of my debt, God, you do it. But if you really want to see God move, it starts with obedience. It starts with being generous. And for those of you all who may not practice the Christian faith like me, being generous, paying $10 for someone's lunch today is a great route for you all. I'm always looking for someone to bless. I'm always looking for, how do I give? My church is about to build a church, to where we can reach more people. I'm like, all right, cool. I'm already adding to the vision for my life and for my money on how do I best serve my local church? How do I best give more to my local church? Because my local church is being a blessing to others. They're reaching people as well, and I want to be a blessing. And so while you're getting out of debt, you cannot afford to not be a generous person, to not be a giver. You have to be a giver. And here's the last thing. Okay. Here's the last thing. Number 9 is lazy. Can't afford to be lazy. You cannot afford to wait long to take action. Stop pushing off paying off debt. Stop pushing off getting that extra job to bring in extra income to pay off the debt. Stop it. Stop it. You can't afford this year to have a lazy spirit, because all you're doing is pushing off your vision, your dreams, your goals, your future. Stop. Stop it. You want to get out of debt? Here are the crucial mistakes that you cannot afford to make this year. Avoid these mistakes. You'll be all right. And if you're looking for a community that will help you in your single season reach your goals, reach what God has for you, I want to encourage you to join me. Join me and 2,000 other single people in the Singles Blueprint. If you're watching this and you're saying, Anthony, I'm not single. Y'all, I want you to join me on my free masterclass, March 1st and March 3rd. Here we will be talking about how to go from excuses to evolution, how to really maximize the year 2022. Again, I only could do 2,000 free registrants, but it's going to be absolutely amazing. I want to encourage you to be a part of this. And for you single people who are saying, hey, I'm ready to really, really go in and to really take advantage of this season, I want you to go to anthonyoneal.com/blueprint. Click the link in today's show notes for the free masterclass, for the singles community /course, and for Financial Peace University /Ramsey Plus. Because this year is about, how do I put resources and tools in front of you that will help you get closer to your vision? How do I put tools and resources in front of you that will help you reach your goals, that will help you reach your vision? That's what today is all about. Hear me clearly. This is about you. I want you to experience everything God has for you. I want you to experience your goals and your dreams. I want you to be that amazing mother, that amazing father. I want you to be driving the Bentley, the Maserati. I want you to live in both of your houses that you have. I want you to do whatever it is that you want to do, whether it has to be, in a single family home and you're living on a farm, whether that is to have your soccer mom car. I don't care. Whatever it is that you desire, I want to put tools and resources and wisdom and information in front of you that'll help you get there. So single people, join me. This year, we're going further. I love you. This is The Table. We're here every Monday and Wednesday. Check us out. I'll see you in the next show. Peace out. Hey,